Hello. Welcome to Let's Talk with Cynthia. This is episode 25. I'm excited tonight because we are going to show an interview that I had with the cast, the stars of The Garden, the story of Adam and Eve from a different perspective. I had an opportunity to interview Whitney, who is playing Eve, and Quincy, who's playing Adam. And I'm going to allow you to be a part of seeing our interview. So I'm going to share my screen in a little bit. As you're getting on, please just say hello. I want to say hi to everybody as you're coming on. How are you doing, Miss Miller? Hello. As you're getting on, please share. You want to be a part of being able to hear their interview because we're coming close. For those who have not already, please go on Prime Video right now. Go on Prime Video right now. Look at the trailer. Make sure you put a review in. That's very important for us. Make sure you write a review on how you like the trailer. Y'all know it's getting close. So I wanted to give everybody an opportunity to meet the cast. And so I'm going to share my screen so you can see and talk with and comment with me as we are watching this video, because you may have some questions after I'm done. And I'm going to try to answer all of your questions. But here's what you're going to see when I actually share my screen to show you this interview. You're going to be able to see them talk. Some of us just going to have the actual design and you're just going to hear them, but then you're going to see their faces. So walk with me. It is not that anything is wrong. We did it with a kind of podcast and a video feel. So you're going to see both of it going in and out. So I just want to prepare everybody. So when you see it, you was like, no, it looks like it's frozen. Nothing is happening. No, it's happening. You're going to be able to hear even at times where you're just going to see the graphics. All right. So are y'all ready? I'm getting ready to share the screen so you can now get an opportunity to be a part of the interview with the stars of The Garden. Both of the stars here for you to meet tonight. Adam is being actually played by Quincy Raymond, and we have Eve, who's being played by Whitney Allen, and both of them are on our show tonight. So what I want to do, I first want to introduce to you, I'm going to have Whitney come in, and I just want you to know that this woman is incredible. Whitney Allen is a phenomenal woman of God. She is an incredible singer, but she is a phenomenal actor. And I want y'all to welcome, come on, y'all know what we do. I want y'all to welcome Whitney to the show. Hey!
How are you?
I am wonderful, Whitney. Thank you for being a part of Let's Talk with Cynthia. And let's just kind of shift hats. You know, with this whole, The Garden, the story of Adam and Eve from a different perspective, how it got started, your yes, and how you just became a part of this project. So can you share how this even came to be for you?
Okay, it was a few months ago, and I was sitting in my house. I probably was watching a movie or something, and I got a call from Pastor Cynthia, and, you know, I call her affectionately Mom. So I'm like, hey, Mom, what's going on? So she's like, daughter, I have this opportunity, you know, I'm doing this production. I'm like, oh, okay, great. That's wonderful. You know, she's always doing something amazing. So I'm like, that's awesome. Thanks for telling me. And then she's just like, no, I want you to be Eve. And I'm just like, it's about the story of Adam and Eve. Me? She's like, yeah. Oh, okay. Sure. So I said yes, but then in the preparation of it all, it was like, okay, I said yes, but I didn't know what God was really putting me into at that moment. And like the whole process was really God putting me into a place where I was being stretched a little bit and like really having to tap in and like trusting him and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I came to be a part of the production.
Now, going in, rehearsing, during these uncertain times, we were rehearsing on a Zoom, which is very challenging, very different, but we were able to make it through. But what are some of the encounters that you experienced when we got to the actual site to shoot the film?
So first, just seeing everything around, like I was just amazed because I've seen gardens before, but like this, like having the mindset, like having to play Eve, you have to like really get into the word and like understand what it may have been like, and then actually putting yourself into that place, it was kind of like surreal for me. Like, yeah, we're in a garden, however, like this is the garden. Like, this is the place where God himself put his hands on stuff and positioned it. And like for me, it was really a spiritual experience, like just looking around to see like what God created, and like just in awe of all the little details that we oftentimes just look over. So really it was really me trying to like connect the spiritual side of things to like what I was physically seeing.
So share with us and everybody that's watching, everybody that's going to go back and watch this rebroadcast, what to expect on Christmas Day from this movie. What are some things that you want them to get?
What I want them to get, first and foremost, I want them to see, kind of see, like be a fly on the wall into the garden. Like, I want you to see what it may have felt like to literally be the first people in a place that was just newly created. Like, I want you to see, like, feel that, and then feel what it would have felt like for the switch. Like, get all this amazing stuff from the beginning, like fashioned for you, and then to have it gone in an instant from one decision. I want them to feel that, but I also want them to feel God's restoration and God's plan, even in a bad decision. And I want them just to see God's hand working through the whole thing. So
we have to bring Quincy Raymond up on the screen, who is playing Adam. So everybody, I need y'all to welcome Quincy. Hey, Quincy.
Hello, Pastor Cynthia. How are you? Indeed.
Absolutely wonderful. It is such a pleasure. And one of the things that I really want to share with everyone, and just going through this whole process of the garden and really just going through all our ups and downs and challenges, you know, yeah. we wanted to kind of film this with natural hair. And I had to talk about this, how we really had to get your hair to look a certain way, because we really wanted it to be as natural as possible. The same thing that we did with Whitney. But I want to hear from you about how did it even come to be that you said yes to become a part of this production and to play Adam?
So I received a phone call from a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, Herb Middleton. And he called me up and he said, "Hey, Quincy, what's going on? How are you doing?" And I said, "I'm doing pretty good." He says, "Listen, there's a production going on, and I feel like you're going to be like perfect for the part." I said, "Perfect for the part? Well, what's the part?" And he said, "Well, I mean, you're going to be playing Adam." And I said, "I'm going to be playing Adam." I said, "All right, cool." He says, "No, you're going to be playing Adam in the garden, and then, taken out of the garden." And that's all he gave me, right? And I said, "Okay, all right, cool." He said, I'm gonna have a young lady. She's gonna call you. Her name is Pastor Cynthia, and she's gonna reach out to you." I said, "All right, cool." I got the phone call from you, and when you called me and we connected over the phone, I just knew it was perfect. And I knew that no matter what it was, that I wanted to be involved with it. And that's from there. We just kept moving forward.
It was such an excellent conversation we had. Just connecting with you. When Herb recommended you, and I had that phone conversation, I was like, "It is sealed. It is sealed," because of your spirit of humility and your willingness to obey and to do what was necessary. So now, playing Adam in the garden, how did you feel being on site to prepare for this film? How did you feel?
Okay, so preparing for the part, you gave me the premise of what it is that I need to be and how I needed to, get into the part. You said, "Quincy, don't try to be Adam, because Adam was the first man. There's no cliff notes. There's no other, places that we look as far as what Adam was or who he was. So just be yourself. However, be vulnerable to God and be open to whatever God is leading you, and embody sorrow, because that's where Adam was when he had to leave the garden, and embody that mindset of not fear but regret, because now at that point, Adam making the decisions that he made, now he has to live with it, and so once you gave me that, I kind of went in my mind and I watched clips and I did my research. I got into my word, and I prayed a lot, and you prayed with me. But when I got upset, it was mind blowing, because here we are. I'm physically in this beautiful place, and now I have to leave. I have to forcefully leave, and it was powerful for me. It was personal for me,
Wow. So share with everybody. What do you want to share with them that they're going to get out of this film? Like, what are some things you want them to say? Listen, you're going to watch this movie. These are some things you're going to walk away. What are some things you want to share about why they should really watch this movie and what they're going to be able to glean?
When you watch this movie, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to come away with the true emotion of how it felt as humans to be separated from God. I want you to feel that. I said, because now we have Jesus, we have the Comforter, we have all those things, but they didn't. I want you to really get into the mindset of, this is how it felt to be separated from God, and to know that when the Bible says new grace, new mercies we see every day, great is His faithfulness.
Yes.
We have that now. So just have that in your mind, but understand that it's an empty place without God. It's an empty place without God.
Well, I gotta bring Whitney on, because see, y'all had to work together. So I had to bring Whitney back up here, because y'all two, how was it working together on set? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk.
I'm gonna let you tell her.
I'm gonna give you guys the funny answer and the church answer.
Wow.
So it was good, but being in the place of co-starring with someone that makes you laugh all day long is challenging, to say the least. But we had such a good time, and in certain parts we had to take a second because we're laughing too much. Like, I'm yelling at him, he's yelling at me. Like, look, we actually married at this point. Okay, get it together. But it was such a great experience. And like I said earlier, it pulled, I feel like I can speak for both of us, Quincy, when I say it pulled us emotionally. It pulled us very much. Like, we've had to, like you said, embody Adam and Eve, not as characters because they're real, but really personify, what their emotions were in the current time. So it was really like meeting a stranger, getting married, and going through trials and tribulations.
Period.
Absolutely. Could you agree with that?
Yeah, Whitney, I couldn't have said it better. I couldn't have said it better, because from the moment I met you, you had this glow, and I had to play on that. I had to really help you understand that I see that, and I will say it wasn't my fault. You brought the energy to the table, and it was amazing. I couldn't stop having an awesome time. And at the same time, it was a very emotional experience, because now I have to view you as my wife that I let down. I have to see you smiling, but I have to hear you cry. I have to hear you disappointed, and that it was a struggle for me. Those moments we laugh, the same thing that make you laugh, make you cry. Yeah, you had me doing both. So,
but listen, we had some funny scenes. I was looking at, just going through the editing and watching some of the stuff. Like, her feet was hurting, but she had to walk.
Oh, man.
We had some funny.
Let me tell you, okay, when I say
funny moments in recording. Go ahead.
God. So yeah, that was one of them when my feet was hurting. But when I say, like, I'm a girly girl, okay, like I don't like dirt, like none of that. And when I say we are this close to naked in the dirt,
Oh yes. Oh yes. And let's talk about that. That part
Okay,
right there in the
so
bushes.
it was like all those emotions that you're gonna see. I want everybody to know none of that was fake. Okay, I want it to know.
Wait. I will say this: that bush was real. That was
Yes.
real. Okay.
That scene is there. That scene is there.
Yes, it was real. And all the emotion was so raw and so real. So you don't even have to question that. We were in a beautiful place. We were having a good time, laughing and giggling. And the next thing you know, it was like, oh, right?
Yeah, we're outside.
Yeah.
And you know, but even when, let's just talk about this because I want to give everybody an opportunity to see the trailer. I want y'all to get to see Adam and Eve, Quincy and Whitney. We have the trailer queued for you to see. But before we talk about that, when we had to go back and reshoot and it was raining.
Oh. I just knew that God was moving. I knew He was in the midst because it was cold. When it was cold.
It was cold.
It was muddy. Our feet were in the mud. And my wife, okay, she had to get on my back. Okay? And it was like, yo, this is real. Okay? This is real.
Oh, that was so, but you know what? Through it all, everybody, all of the families that this is going to be releasing, billion families will be able to see this on Christmas Day. And so let's give them an opportunity to see the trailer. So we're going to play the trailer for them, right?
Why didn't I just listen to the words of my Father God? Why did I eat the forbidden fruit?
And then I heard His voice in the garden, as I've always heard, but this time it was different.
God, do you still hear me? I'm your son. I know this, but it seems like you're so far from me.
His voice was shaking the ground, and I didn't know what to do, and I just heard Him say, Adam, where are you?
Now, listen,
Man.
everybody, really, you want to make sure that you are on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
This movie will be released on Christmas Day. Also, it will be released on YouTube and some other social media platforms.
Okay.
Listen, you want to connect with Quincy, you want to connect with Whitney. Whitney, how can they connect with you? How can they follow you?
I'm on Facebook, Whitney Rich Before 30 Allen, 30 already. What's my social media on IG is I am creative _ Whitney. So you can find me.
How can they follow you, Quincy?
On Instagram at _real Quincy Ray. On Facebook at Israel A. Mason.
And one more thing before we kind of close out our interview tonight, I want to say this. Y'all both are singing in this production.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, the song, we're not going to talk about the song in detail, but how did you feel preparing for the song? And I want to start with Whitney first.
So, crazy short story. When I said my yes, Mom said, we're sketching some stuff out for music, yada, yada. So I said, okay, I'll throw some stuff down. If you want to use it, cool, no problem. Long story short, I got quiet because that's usually how I get music from God. And I wrote a song in probably about a half an hour. Sent the song to Mom. She called me crying. It was fine. So I'm like, okay, God, everything's fine. But she was like, literally, this is everything that God gave me. And so that pressure alone, and then having to put the emotion behind it and really like meet that, you know, it was, yeah, it was a lot, but so grateful, so grateful.
I can't wait till they hear the songs. It is going to be life-changing. Quincy, what was your encounter with the music and with the song?
So Irv Middleton, he wrote a song. He wrote the song that I sang. And when I read first, I read the lyrics, right, and then he gave me a proofing of it. You know, he kind of sang it for me, just to give me a premise of how the song was gonna go. Once we got into the studio, we went line by line. When the Bible says line by line, precept by precept, we went line by line, and I mean, Adam came out of the song to me, and it was so, it spoke to me in a personal way, and it was amazing. I cried. I mean, I broke down, and you know, we had to take a moment. We had to sit and talk, and we got moved. We, you know, really went in depth, and it was a beautiful experience. That's, I can say that. When everyone hears it, I want them to, you know, really listen to the lyrics and listen to the words of the song, and be blessed by it.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank the both of you for really just gracing your presence. And we're getting close to the actual of the release of the guard, sharing and doing everything that is necessary so we can win. We want to thank all of you for watching, and remember, live on purpose. How many of you really enjoyed that interview? How many of you really enjoyed? Now you had an opportunity to come up close and personal with Whitney and Quincy. I wanted everybody to encounter them. Some of the comments were so great. Some of the comments say, hey, you know what, Lady McKnight, you picked the right people. You know, God did that. This was all God's doing. And we are so excited. I don't know if all of you or any of you saw, I just posted something today, and I need to share it with you. I am giving away 2 free tickets for you to be a part of our Christmas Eve premiere of The Garden. We're doing a special event so you can come in and see it before everybody sees it on Christmas. All you have to do is go to our Eyes on You Productions Facebook page. All you have to do is tag us and share the video. We already pinned it for you, and you have an opportunity to be a part. We have a celebrity guest that's going to be there, a recording artist that's going to be singing. We have some giveaways. We're going to have a lot of great things, and we want you to be a part of it. So please do me a favor. Go and tag and share. I need everybody to do that. If you saw the trailer, and if you haven't seen the trailer on Prime Video, go check out the trailer right now and write a review. But I just wanted to see any other comments. Thank you, Tina. Tina said, this is so amazing. I just want all of you to really enjoy what God is doing in this season. You're going to be the first, those that will be able to attend the premiere. And here's another thing. It is not too late to sponsor. If you want to still be a sponsor, all of our sponsors are coming to the premiere for free. That is my way of saying thank you. If you want to sponsor, all you have to do is Cash App us to EOYCP, $EOYCP. That is Eyes on You Consulting Productions, $EOYCP. And it could be any amount. We still need sponsors. If you sponsor, you're automatically included to be at the premiere on Christmas Eve. And I just want to thank all of you. I hope that you enjoyed everything tonight. And again, this is episode 25 of Let's Talk with Cynthia. Now, on next week, we will not be on at all on next week. So we will not be on next week, but I wanted to make sure that I was able to come on and introduce the characters and everybody to you. So I hope that you enjoyed everything. Again, it is EOYCP. $EOYCP. So today, give today. And here's another thing. Is one more thing I want to tell you. Also, for those that are coming to the premiere, you're going to have an opportunity to see our next film that's coming out in 2021. The graphics will be released on that night as well. But I love y'all. Y'all have a great night. All right, good night.